Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get all this going. Seems like everything's messed up. Welcome in, Rachel. Thanks so much for coming in. Yeah, everything's messed up since I got my phone stolen, so I had to sign into all the StreamYard stuff. It's crazy. But we'll get it going again. Appreciate everyone for coming in. Let's see. Miss Janet, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Welcome. And again, Rachel, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. My mouse is dead too, so I'm having to do this all by hand. We'll fix that by next live too. I wasn't sure if I was going to go live. I just wasn't feeling it, but we're going live always. Welcome in, Raymond. Thanks so much for coming in. It's good to see you. Miss Nisi, thank you so much for coming in. It's always good to see you. Let's see. Wait, did my video not go out yesterday? Everything's so different ever since my phone got stolen. Man. I thought I had that set up to go out, but I guess not. Let me check. Having to relearn all this stuff. Yeah, it went out. 34. Yeah, 34. All right, it did go live. I was making sure it didn't mess up. All right. Yeah, it's all different. Just having to. Yeah, no, I'm not sure why no notifications are not going out. It's been like that forever. Oh wow, a third part. No, that's gonna be awesome. And David, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome. It's good to see you. And Miss Jackie, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. It's good to see you. Welcome to you as well. Yeah, it's been hectic. Now, let's see. What does that say? Where did you get your phone stolen at? Well, me and Dad go. I take my dad on second Wednesday of every month to a food bank, and they give him food. And we were on our way home, stopped at a gas station, went inside, got a drink, come back out. I didn't recognize it was gone, but it happened there. They got in. It's the second time in like, I think 3 or 4 years ago. Same thing happened at a different place. It was hot. The windows were down. I didn't even think about grabbing it, but they reached right past a K2 meter and everything else. Grabbed my phone. It was all busted and screen was cracked. I don't know what they hoped to gain. Like, it wasn't even a nice phone. It's not something you can pawn. It wasn't active. I thought I had worked all day at Dad's. So I thought, man, maybe I left it at his house somewhere. When my alarm went off, it never went off there. It wasn't here. So the only explanation is it got stolen. But it was locked at the time. So, I mean, there's no way that they're getting in my bank account or anything from that thing, because the username and password is super long. I do not leave it signed in on that stuff. My email, maybe, but I don't have any kind of private information on there. So no big deal there. Um, I've tried to get it to use that Find My Phone. It never would ping, so I don't even think they ever turned it on. I think they stole it and saw that it wasn't that good and then just threw it somewhere. Is what I think. But it looked like a nice phone, but it really wasn't. Uh, just a basic phone. I don't have a lot of money for an iPhone or anything like that. That's for sure. But either way, we still going. The only thing that aggravated me so bad is the video that went out uh, uh, yesterday. I had the whole video, all the photos done, except for three. I needed to find three photos and then do all my like editing and all that to the video. It would have been done, but I had to start all over. Luckily, the audio clips and stuff were still attached to this phone, so I didn't have to completely re-record it. But either way, we got it done. You guys, you guys got it's out there for you guys now. I've After I got that video knocked out and uploaded, I had already written, edited the audio. Now I've got pictures to find for this next week's video. It was sent in by the alligator horse, and it's a creepy story sent in by a retired deputy from Harlan County, Kentucky. It involves spirits and an encounter that he had back in 1987. Really, really good story. It's kind of sad in a way, and just it's a tragic story. But you guys will hopefully I'll get it done for you guys to see Wednesday. I have that to work on yet, and last few days it's been raining every single day. But yesterday, between rainstorms, I got out in the garden and pulled. What did I get? The stuff you guys saw on that little post I made that had the fried green tomatoes and the fried okra. That was the first run of okra that we got this year. And then yesterday I was in the mood for some fresh bread because I wanted to make some baked ziti. So I made some homemade bread to toast with it. So we had that yesterday and got my Lodge. The best thing I ever bought, I swear, is my Lodge cast iron bread pans. I made bread for a few years, and I kept going through those little tin bread pans. They would rust. You had to throw them away, get new. I spent $25 a piece and bought some Lodge cast iron ones. They're great. So we use those. Let's see. Since the last time you guys have seen the garden, the potatoes has already come up. We pulled those. As you saw a few weeks ago, I made a post showing that wheelbarrow. Just today, I got the potatoes in a box, covered it with lime to help preserve those. So we got that done. We made 11 quarts of kraut, 21 quarts of boiled cabbage, and then 9-quart jars of pickles. And tomorrow after I get off of work, I'm going to go over at Dad's and we're going to make some pint jars of pickles. Miss Tipper over at Celebrating Appalachia made a video, I guess it was last week, super duper easy recipe for pickles with just simple ingredients like your pickling salt, vinegar, water. And instead of buying the alum and all that people have health concerns with, use a grape leaf to keep your crunch. So Dad's got grapevines, went out, put a grape leaf in each one. So we got those. I've got photographs. I wanted to say that I wanted to post it, but I may not have, but I'll show you guys now if I can dig up the photo. That's a Play Store. Um, Absolutely pretty quarts of. Let's see. Did I not take the picture? Well, dang! I thought I took a picture of the. Um, let's see. I might have thrown it away. I thought I had taken a picture of the pickles, but I didn't. But that's all right. I'll do that tomorrow or something. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Uh, I need to do a garden update video with you guys. I just have not done it. I haven't done it yet. I hadn't had time to because we've been so busy. We put up probably near a gallon of blueberries off the vines. There's still more to go. I've probably got a quart or half a gallon freezer bag full of blackberries. Put in the freezer right now. I'm going to get enough to make some jelly of some kind. Hopefully, I'm going to try to make some jelly using Splenda for Hope so she can have it. What else have we done? And then yesterday, I don't know. I used to paint all the time. I was going to do a 52 part series of paintings, painting for a year. And I did good with it. I think I got 32 paintings out of it. But once my mother died, I haven't painted since. And for some reason, yesterday, for the first time in 4 years, I had painted some since because she passed in 2018. I painted some, but nothing big, nothing like a really nice piece. So last night, for the first time in 4 years, I broke out the painting, and I wanted to show y'all what come of it. So hopefully y'all like it. Still got it some. Looks like asteroids in the sky and stuff, and so my brother can attest to this. Our grandmother was a really good artist. She loved painting, and I think that's where I get that from. He gets uh, his music from my grandfather. He was musical, and I get my art from my grandmother. So we take some of that stuff from our ancestors, I guess you can say. Something that was really neat yesterday. I don't even have it here, but when my brother was growing up, our mom and dad bought us, the little BB guns that you pump up, shoot. We had those for years, but the one that dad had, it quit shooting. So I had bought more. I bought another one and had it for years, and it quit shooting. And something dawned on me the other day. Try to oil it, and it actually started shooting perfectly again. So I carried it to dad's, and I bought a new one for here, and I got hope out shooting that thing. So our family guns are pretty big. Like shooting rifles and stuff. Always 4th of July, or not 4th of July, but Thanksgiving. My dad and his brothers, sisters, cousins, we'd all go out and do that. And this year, I got Hope doing a little bit. BB guns as far as she's gotten, though. She'll have to learn them before I go up any higher. I've got a 22 and other things, but we'll work on that later. But I think that's all we've been doing in the last 2 weeks since we seen you guys. But I guess for now, I'm going to dig out the Book of Omens here. And then I'm not going to read this week from the Fright Camping book. I'm probably just going to read one that I've dug up from my old stash of stories, and then I'll let you guys go. Just a quick live here. Appreciate you guys sticking with us, and uh, Autumn was sick this week. We fully intended to go live on her channel. It's been a month again, but she's had some kind of upper respiratory thing going on, and she's just not able to go live right now. I mean, coughing, head congestion, but we're on here with us today, and as soon as she can on hers and she feels better, we'll be back with her channel too. But all right, Raymond, have a good day. Have a good supper. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming. And I'm gonna get me off this old screen, and we'll read these omens with y'all. This one's these are some I've never heard before. It's called bird omens. Birds in particular are associated with omens in Appalachian folklore. The call of certain birds, such as the owl or the crow, is believed to foretell different events. The hoot of an owl at night can be seen as an omen of death, while a crow's call may signify the arrival of guests or a change in weather. Here's a list of bird omens in folklore Appalachian. Oh, that's cool. That is neat. She's got that little picture with granddaughter. That's cool. I'm glad to see that thing's bringing some good use. Bird behaviors. The songs of birds are often interpreted as messages. Different birds and their songs may have specific meanings, and the timing or intensity of their singing could be seen as good or bad. For example, the songs of birds are often interpreted as messages of good luck and positive energy. So, hearing the singing in the morning can be a sign of a good day ahead or blessings to come. However, certain birds like crows or owls singing or calling near a home at night may be considered an omen of bad luck or interpreting as misfortune. The flight patterns of birds, especially unusual behavior, may interpret as signs. Birds flying low in a certain direction might be considered good or bad omens. For example, birds flying high in the sky are generally a good sign of good fortune and clear weather ahead. If birds are flying towards you, it is often interpreted as good news or positive change coming your way. And let's see. Birds flying low or erratically, especially towards the ground, can be seen as bad omen, potentially signaling bad weather, illness, or other negative events. Birds flying away from you might be seen as a sign of missed opportunities or impending loss. Now, if you pay attention, especially to crows, if there is weather coming, you will not see them. But if you see crows out flying around, it's usually a good day. But if the crows are just all of a sudden gone, you better look around and make sure there's no bad weather or something else going on. Specific birds and their meanings. In many cultures, owls are associated with wisdom and mystery. Hearing the call of an owl is sometimes seen as a sign of upcoming change or the need to pay attention to one's surroundings. Crows and ravens are often associated with intelligence and foresight because crows are some of the smartest birds there are. Seeing a crow or raven may be interpreted as a message about the future, and their behavior may indicate potential challenges or opportunities. Cardinals are often associated with positive energy or spiritual messages. Some believe that the presence of a cardinal is a sign of the departed loved one is watching over the living. And I fully believe that so much because mine and my brother's mother favorite bird was cardinals. And so often you'll see them just flying around, almost watching. So I believe that one wholeheartedly. Migration patterns. Bird migration patterns are observed as omens, especially in relation to changing seasons. The timing of migrations may be seen as an indicator of weather changes or events. So, which is another big thing in Appalachia, because if you start seeing it's some of the signs that you look for when you see certain birds leaving and you see the wind change, maybe the tips of the leaves start to turn a little, that's when fall's here. Or when you see certain birds return and the wind's blowing from a certain direction and you start to see just a little hint of green, that means spring is here. So birds always have a good way of telling the way the weather is. Now, feather omens, the discovery of feathers, especially in unexpected places, may be the sign of guidance or protection. The color and size of the feather could influence the interpretation. For instance, white feathers are often regarded as symbols of purity, peace, and protection. They are commonly interpreted as messages from a guardian angel or deceased loved one, suggesting that these spiritual beings are watching over you. In contrast, black feathers are typically linked to protection and caution. They may indicate a need of vigilance or serve as a reminder to take care of yourself. Now, I have a story about feathers, and I wished I had it in here with me and I'd show it to you. But a few years back, a really close friend of mine, we would go out and sit in his truck at lunch and listen to music, just have a good time, talk, hang out, just, kind of getting away from the stresses of work just for the hour, just having a good time. And every day, there's always crows in the parking lot where we sat. And we would both take a French fry or whatever, and we just throw it right out in front of the vehicle, and a crow would come down, eat it, and leave. We did this for a long time, and then one day, the strangest thing happened. There was a crow feather that was as black as night, was left. He had one of those little plastic guards that go on the very end of your hood. And there was a black crow feather left inside that thing. It was placed there. It could not have blown there. It had to be placed there. So we think that the crow, in gratitude of us feeding them, left a feather, which they are known to do that. So that's cool. And when he passed away, his wife gave me that feather. She thought that I should have it, and I put it with my stuff. So, nesting and building behaviors. The way birds build their nests or choose nesting locations might be interpreted as symbolic. For example, a bird building a nest near a home can be seen as a positive omen. Now, there's a few more here. I'll go ahead and read them. I was just going to wait till next week, but we'll go ahead and read them. Divination through birds. Some traditions involve divination through birds. The interpretation of a bird's behavior or presence of certain birds in specific situations may provide insights to the future events or decisions. Seeing doves might be interpreted as a positive sign, symbolizing peace and prosperity, and could indicate that the choices you are considering will bring harmony and success. In contrast, encountering crows or ravens may be seen as warnings. If these birds are cawing loudly and flying erratically, it could suggest potential challenges or obstacles ahead. Welcome in, Daryl. It's good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Let's see, what was I going to say about that? Oh, now there is a legend that I've heard my entire life. Around here, dove hunting is a big thing. Uh, People hunt quail and dove during the season and eat them with bacon, whatever, however they do it. But ever since I was little and my dad was, we always heard this omen or folklore that if you kill a dove and you turn the barrel of your gun upside down, a drop of blood will fall from the end of that barrel. And my dad, he went out and he had shot a dove, and he said, I want to see if this is true. He said, if it's true, I will never, ever kill another one. And he turned that gun upside down, and sure enough, a drop of blood fell from the end of the gun. And after that, we have never, ever hunted dove. And I won't hunt dove either. They're just too pretty, and they're a sign of peace. And I just won't hunt them. So, weather predictions. Birds are often observed for indications for upcoming weather changes. Changes in feeding patterns, vocalizations, or gathering behaviors may be interpreted as signs of changing atmospheric conditions. Communication of the spirit world. Birds are sometimes viewed as messengers between the earthly realm and the spiritual one. The appearance and behavior may be considered as a form of communication from ancestors and other spiritual entities. And that's all for this week from our Book of Omens. Next week, we're going to be getting into some dream omens. So we'll have that to look forward to. Let me come back here. There we go. So those were really neat. Like I said, I told you a few that I've heard of and a couple of stories that's come from my family, of course. And I don't know. You can tell me what you think about the birds. I always watch the birds. There's two things that I watch is the birds and the skies. If you go outside at night and you pick a spot, a tree, like something that stands out. Usually, like I picked a certain tree years back when I first moved here. And if you go out there every night, say, right, it gets dark about 8 o'clock. So about 9 o'clock where it's good and dark, look at the tree, look up at the sky, and notice the stars. And if you do that every day, you'll start noticing, certain patterns and all that, and certain stars. And let's see. I wouldn't let him in the house, right? I've heard that. And if you make yourself do that every single day, you'll recognize patterns of stars and where they're at in the sky. And as the earth turns, the patterns begin to change. But if you do it kind of like I did. Another reason why I did it is I went to work I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go to work. And I'd start the car and just stand out there a few minutes while the car was getting warm and just look at the sky. And you begin to notice, like I said, patterns, certain stars. And as they change, it changes with the seasons. And as a year goes around, you begin to notice those patterns again. Well, you can associate those patterns with that season. And the main one that I really look for is going from fall into winter. There's a tree and a certain star, and you'll start to see the star off to the left. And when you start to see it, and it gets about halfway between where you start to see it and that tree, you know it's going to be cold, because that's usually when it starts to get cold. And when that star is usually dead center of that tree, it's usually like dead winter. So I know that when I see that specific star, winter's coming, that I need to be getting everything ready. So that's just something like if you move at a new place, or, mostly if you're moving to a new place, you can pay attention to what's going on around you to know it's going to be getting cold soon, or I see this specific plant comes up at this specific time, so I know fall's about to be here, or winter's over and spring is here. You're like, you get used to your surroundings and you pay attention enough, you'll know when the seasons are here, and just when the best time to plant is, or whatever. It's just paying attention to your surroundings year after year. You begin to be able to know when things are going to happen, kind of when they happen. So that's pretty cool. Now, one last thing, I'm going to get me off this screen one more time here. And we're going to read one short story. It's not real long. And this one's called The Boy Outside the Window. It says, I live in one of the many forests in New Mexico, and many of the homes are built either on or near ancient Indian ruins. Many date back to the 1100s. I have been told by many people of the area that these are sacred mountains. One September late afternoon, I was standing at my kitchen sink doing the dishes. The kitchen windows looked into the solarium where the houseplants live. That particular day, while doing dishes, I look up in the windows and into the windows, and there on either side of the window is a manifestation of a young man of about 30 years. What was so strange was that it was like I couldn't move or look away, and it appeared as though he didn't even see me there. It was more like he was looking through or past me. The thoughts I was receiving was that the man was recently deceased and had died tragically, and before what he thought was his time too. He looked so scared and confused. He was wearing blue jeans, a white shirt not buttoned all the way up, white socks, but he had no shoes. And then he was gone, just faded quickly, and that was that. When I looked in the solarium, the first thing that struck me was that for anyone to stand in front of the windows on that side, they would have to be at least 4 feet off the ground. Before this person's appearance, my family and I had seen shadows moving through the house, or had just caught glimpses of people. This was the first time someone had actually manifested themselves. We were told by a spiritual healer friend that our house had a vortex running through it, a doorway for the spirits to pass into, and that some of them missed the mark. There are still a few passers by, and in different parts of the house, they seem to be totally unaware of us. Had help, had to help a couple of them move on. You get used to the tragic events, the tragic, the traffic after a while. Let's see. Now, is that not strange? First off, uh, building your house on ancient burial grounds is terrible, but it happens a lot. And actually, I have been to one myself many times. There's a church that was built in 1832, uh, probably 45 minutes or an hour drive from here, that it is literally on top of an ancient burial ground. And the historical sign in front of it says as much. But they weren't going to tear the church down because, you know, it's old history. But I just think it's insane that anybody would do that. And I know that people had grievances against Native Americans, which I'm part Native American, uh, because they came in and tried to force white people out of their area because it was their area. But they did whatever they had to do to protect their homes. And when they were sent to Oklahoma, um, I guess it was a way for the people to, like a slap in the face to them, like, we're going to build our sacred church on top of your sacred burial ground. Which, like I said, it's just insane. It's a difference in times and everything, but that's just crazy. I wouldn't even know how to act if I looked out my window and literally saw someone standing there watching and then just disappear. This is crazy. Um, I want to thank you guys for coming in, spending time with us, listening to all the updates and reading the neat bird omens and the single spooky story. Maybe next week we'll get back into the crazy long spooky stories, and then we'll get into our dream omens. And like I said, if I get the video done for this coming Wednesday, thank you for coming in, Jane. I sure appreciate it. If I get the video for Wednesday done, it's going to be awesome. It's a first-hand account sent in by our brother, the alligator horse. It was a story told by a retired deputy of an experience that he had dealing with some spirits in Harlan County, Kentucky, at an old abandoned coal mine that had been abandoned since the 1940s. So you guys will have to tune in for that, and it's not what you think. It does not involve mind spirits at all. It's just an absolute roller coaster of a video that it is kind of, it's sad, but in the same time it's happy and glad, and it's just a roller coaster. You guys will have to tune in for. That's that video. I might do a garden video or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. That's what we've got right now. And then this last few days, Miss Nisi sent in part 2 of the multi-part series that we're doing on the headless woman there in the little town in Kentucky. So y'all have to tune in for that. We'll be starting that story as soon as we finish this one up. So we'll be getting on that, and then we'll start getting into whatever. I think she said there'll be a third part to go with that as well. And if you guys want to send us a story, be glad to share it. If you want to hand type that thing up, we have the email myerstalesofappalachia@gmail.com. You can also feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Either way is perfect. If you want to do some old-fashioned hand to pencil to paper, we have the Myers Tales of Appalachia P.O. Box 312, Scottsboro, Alabama 35968. You guys can feel free to send it to there. Be glad to cover the stories. We love them. Really enjoy those. Welcome in, Brandon. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Again, just to fill you guys in, I've noticed so many comments on my channel as well as Jimmy's channel asking about Jared. We still have no word yet. The P.O. box is no longer there, so we can't send letters that way. At one time, I do not have it anymore. I wish I did. I actually had their personal home address. I really wish I still had that. So I could just, write a letter and send it just to see how they're doing. But I promise you guys, as soon as we get any kind of word at all, you guys will be the first to know. So we're not hiding anything from you guys. We're not keeping it from you. We promise. We're trying to keep everybody in the loop. But right now, there's no loop. No one's had contact with them as far as we know since the channel went down. Not even Donnie Laws. He's not even had contact with them. So, like I said, just be patient with us. As soon as we find out anything, you guys will know. I absolutely promise. I'm hoping to hear that everything's good and they're back to normal. They're just taking a break from YouTube. YouTube, I'm just going to tell you, YouTubers really getting to Jared a little bit. Sometimes, you put in a lot of hours and time into a video and they're not doing well. People are not interested. That does kind of get to you. Because, it takes hours, days, solid days work, multiple days to get a video done. And when you get 34 views on that video, that's kind of heartbreaking a little bit. You put all your time, your effort, and you have nobody interested. It makes you want to stop. But me personally, I do not do this video for views, whether I get 1 or 100 or 1,000, whatever. I don't do it for that. I do it to help share the story of these old mountains with people and share the stories that you guys send in and your experiences. And also the things that I learn. I've learned so much through these stories that I've done. Some of them I'm learning right along with you guys. So I do it because I enjoy it. Sometimes you just want to take a break because things are hectic. But I enjoy that, like I said, learning things and history and getting to talk with you guys. You guys are awesome. It makes YouTube worth it. The 6 of you, 7 of you that tune in live every time. There's always 70 people that always watch those videos. I appreciate that. Y'all's dedication is what makes me keep going. Whether the video takes off or not, it's fine. I do this for the ones that do watch and participate and share out and help us grow and uh, participate by leaving us comments and sharing us out with their friends and leaving thumbs up on the videos. That's the best way to help out a channel. And sometimes I know we get busy and we can't always watch videos that people put out. But YouTube watches that stuff. And that's some of the reason why some people's not getting the notifications, because YouTube thinks that you're not necessarily interested anymore. Sometimes it's been a little bit since you watched videos or whatever. You know, it thinks YouTube, they're crazy like that. If you don't watch every single video and do all the things, they think you're not interested, and they go in and they take your subscription away, and I don't know. It's just crazy. But either way, I keep going on and keep doing what I do because I enjoy it. And somebody asked me the other day how many. I usually write my scripts that I read on composition notebooks, and I think I'm up to 5 or 6 of those full of stories and information that I've written, and I keep them because you never know. One day the opportunity may arrive, much like the awesome Appalachian storyteller has had the opportunity to publish books, multiple books now. Maybe that opportunity may arise at some point, and instead of having to rewrite every story, I actually have the information from every single story that I've done, and I can compile them, change it some from more of a video script to a book style. But you never know. Like I said, I've kept everything that I've ever done so that, you know, if that opportunity arises, or if God forbid something happens and our channel disappears or is taken away, I have every single script from every video that I've done. I can pull those out and start over again if I have to. Hoping I don't. Should be no reason I have to do that, but you never know. We really appreciate you guys, and I guess for that's it for this week. We hope to see y'all again next week. Don't forget to check out that video that we did yesterday. It's a really good one. You guys will have to check it out. And I guess with that, that's all we got. So we appreciate y'all. And that's it until next week. So bye, guys. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you later.